He's a member of the House Judiciary Committee. Congressman, welcome. You're in the Judiciary Committee. What do you think of this case? What do you think of what the judge ruled?
God help us what we're doing to our criminal justice system in the United States of America. Letitia James, the Attorney General, openly and knowingly campaigned that her primary goal, if she won and became Attorney General, was to go after Donald Trump and destroy him. They have recorded speeches. Not worried about the rapes that are going on, not worried about the murders, not worried about the carjacking. That wasn't her main focus. What should be, it was Donald Trump. The second piece of this is that we know that the banks testified and didn't have anything negative to say about Donald Trump at all, and in fact wanted to lend him more money because he paid everything in full. The third thing we know is there's never been a case like this in the history of New York. There's no victim. Nobody was hurt. You know who was hurt? Donald Trump. They tried to hurt him. They tried to hurt his family, his children, which is an awful kind of politics, for one reason. The same reason they're trying to take him off the ballot, the same reason that they just don't want him to run. They're afraid they're going to lose. They don't want him to run. They want to hurt him in any way that he can. Why not let the people of the United States of America decide on Donald Trump? But instead, we have select, powerful groups of people across the country who are trying to orchestrate his destruction, and I don't believe they're going to win.
Having said that, Congressman, I mean, should he be given a pass? I mean, here's what the judge ruled and said in the ruling, quote, "Their complete lack of contrition and remorse borders on the pathological. Donald Trump professed to know more about real estate than other people and to be more expert than anybody else. He repeatedly falsified business records with the intent to defraud." Now the law goes back to like 1954, 1955, and it says that you don't have to have a victim. It's just the fact that there was this fraud. That's enough to show illegality. I mean, should justice be blind and look away from that?
No, the justice should never be. Justice should be fair. That's all that you ask. Now, you know, I know how the law was written, but the truth is that it's never been prosecuted in this way, ever, in New York. So why did that happen? Why was this a unique case? The truth is no money was stolen. Everybody was repaid. Nothing was done that was wrong. And the truth also is, Eric, that this judge also hates Donald Trump and has repeatedly and openly, even before this case, spoken about how much he disliked Trump, how much he was against Trump. He should have never heard this case. It shouldn't even have been heard in New York because it's impossible right now. Unfortunately, it wasn't true in the past, but it's true now, to get a really fair hearing. This is about, let me tell you something. Let me say it this way. If Donald Trump tomorrow said, "I'm not going to run for the presidency of the United States of America," this would all go away. But it's not going to go away because he insists that he wants to run, which is the right thing to do. So you never turn a blind eye. It should always be open. It should always be fair. And that's my point with this. It isn't fair. It isn't right. And what they're doing is wrong. And you know what? Americans know it. We've never seen anything like this before. We're, instead of being the wonderful, amazing, great nation of the United States of America, that beacon of light and hope and the rule of law, we are now emulating third world countries, totalitarian countries, dictatorships, and communist countries. When we don't want somebody to run for office, we remove them. It's up to the people.
There's a lot in this, the tremendous amount of details. I would urge people to read it. It does show that they valued properties at different rates, that they said the values were inflated versus experts who said this. So do you think, you know what, there's the legal impact of this, finally, as the penalty. But what about the political impact of this? Will there be a lasting political impact, do you think, to the president's race?
I don't believe that there will be. I mean, people know it. People themselves are feeling that this isn't right. And they realize that if he didn't run for president, none of this would be happening. Donald Trump just opens it all up. So when he comes to Washington, he is showing what the swamp is. He is, letting people know the real deal and what's happening to our country, and they want to stop him. Now, there may be some legal points and there may be some legal issues and technical issues. I don't doubt that. But this fine is unbelievably excessive. Nobody was hurt. Let's say it over and over again. You know what? I'd like to go through all the businessmen, including many Democrats, and find out if we went through their businesses, how many people they've hurt, how much money has been stolen, and what's happened. None of that happened here. Come on, we're going.
Letitia James says white-collar financial fraud is not a victimless crime. When the powerful break the law, there's less resources for others. But, you know, as you point out, this seems to be kind of a record, and it is being appealed. They have vowed that.
Wanted him to borrow more money from them through all of this, and even when they testified. He was such a bad guy. He was supposedly defending banks. I don't think so.
New Jersey Republican Congressman Jeff Van Drew. Congressman, always good to see you. Thank you for your insight.
And here,
on this. Of course. Arthel?